Our pollinators are in severe decline, and mostly our wild bees. We have about 400 different wild bee species in New England, and a third or a fourth of them are really in, from what we know, are in a significant decline. We also know that our monarch butterflies, that their populations have diminished by 90% or more. So we're really, it's important to support our pollinators. They keep our ecosystems going. They also help us with our food crops, but importantly, they keep our ecosystems going. And so native plants and insects have evolved together, so they have very important relationships with each other. And if we want to have our native insects, we have to have our native plants. We thought this would be a great opportunity today on a Friday morning to have a little pop-up table to provide information to passersby about native plants. As we stand here next to a project that we've recently installed in collaboration with the town of Harwich and Blue Flax Design, who was the contractor who came up with the design and installation. So there's a great array of native plants. And it's a display garden to show folks that native plants are not weeds, that they're really attractive and beautiful, and they support our pollinators. And if anybody were to walk around and look right now, you'll see lots of bees really enjoying the butterfly milkweed and the Culver's root, and there'll be other plants that flower and fruit through the season. Our native plants are really important to support our native insects, and a lot of people might ask, why do we need insects? Well, beside pollination, we also need caterpillars to feed baby birds. It's really a crucial food source. For 96% of our terrestrial birds require caterpillars to feed their young. And so our native plants have co-evolved with our native insects, and they have very complex relationships. Many of our insects look for specific plant groups on which to lay their eggs because their caterpillars can only eat certain plants. And we always talk about the monarch butterfly as being the classic example because they are very specific. Their caterpillar can only eat the milkweeds, the plants that are in the milkweed family. And it's very similar with other insects, other butterflies and moths, that their caterpillars, their larvae, can only eat certain groups of plants that they've evolved with over thousands and thousands of years.
So the Conservation Department, one of our roles is really promoting native landscaping, promoting drought-tolerant native plants, require less water, don't require fertilization, really support our local pollinators and other native species, whereas a lot of ornamentals, though they may be beautiful and they do certainly have some value, they don't have as much value as these drought-tolerant natives to a lot of our species here. So if people want information about how to incorporate more of that into their yards, they can contact the Association Preserve Cape Cod. They can contact me at the Town of Harwich Conservation Department. We're more than happy to guide people.